Hello and welcome to the Glesga podcast.
The last Glesga podcast. This is it.
This is it.
This is it. Finished. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, you notice, I know that voice. What's happened to Glesga? Nothing. I took a bonnet and the glasses and the cardigan off.
Still a miserable bastard.
I suit myself.
You do.
Now, some people might call that miserable. I just think selfish in the right way. But I want to address something which, to be honest, kind of surprised me. People really believed I was your dad.
They did that.
Which I was really surprised about.
Yeah,
So they didn't know we're just a couple of comedians who had an idea to have a fairer son sort of thing going on. So we started with a wee vignettes on TikTok, which went mental, which was brilliant. One of my favourites was, Dad, I've got 2 tickets to see Madness. I went, is your ma charging folk now? Fuck off. I thought that we were very proud of. So we've done loads of them.
We've done loads. I mean, first of all, thank God we done loads, and we also backdated a lot of the videos because obviously you got unwell and we had to utilise them a lot until you get yourself back on your feet as well. But it's interesting you say about the dad thing, because during my shows, people always, 50% of the time, will say, your dad's no deed. Your dad's no deed. Or they'll say, I thought Raymond Burns was your dad. I get that all the time. Thinking,
Really?
Aye. But
It's amazing, isn't it?
because people sometimes, I think maybe because we're in comedy, we're in that bubble. People don't expect Glesga to be a character.
People don't expect Glesga to be a character.
Aye, they don't expect that. Although, as you mentioned, I once said in a podcast that Glesga was just you with a bonnet and glasses on.
That's right. When you went with see Mark, Stephen and Stuart, the Some Laugh Boys. Aye, because that's all it was. I mean, we never had a fucking plan. I mean, we didn't plan it, and you would say to me what we doing today, and then we'd maybe what we talking about the day, and then I'd maybe look online and get a few ideas, or if we even, and that was the extent of the preparation. And then we just sit down here, and I suppose we can talk sometimes at length in a reasonably entertaining and informative way. And some people like it and some people thought it was shite.
We're both in agreement, which isn't very often, that we both enjoy the live shows superior to the actual studio, like these studio shows.
Oh, do you know what? The live shows are really nice, and some of our fans, I mean, they were coming for like up for Ayrshire and all that, and
Falkirk was always on as well.
Aye, nice people, amazing people telling us their stories, and it was nice and seeing people at the Fringe, and last year at the Fringe was phenomenal, and hopefully it'll be good again this year. We've sold a lot of tickets. We've done all right.
We're doing all right. Yeah, we're doing well. There's still tickets. Glesga.com for the Fringe.
Yeah,
Final run.
You need to buy tickets, people, because he hates flyering. He won't go on the grass market and flyer because he's terrified of people. He's terrified.
Social anxiety is through the roof. It was almost as if it was in that one moment in time in that room, and those shows at the Fringe, I think we didn't really know what to expect, but they were amazing. Like, the full run was just great.
The run was brilliant. I've been a professional stand-up comedian for 22 years, but it took me 9 years. I started in 1994, so I've been banging about 31 years. I've been doing comedy. Well, some of you would disagree.
Since I was 12.
Since you were 12, yeah. And you've been going, when did we first meet? You came to a comedy workshop or something that I was a tutor at.
I started in 2009, and then I met you in 2010, but I didn't, I was like, fucking hell, because you were quite You said it. That you would just... You're the only person that I think in comedy that if you don't like somebody, you'll just... There's no airs or graces. So if somebody comes off stage, for instance, and you don't like them, and they say,
I'll
how
tell
did
them
it
they're
go?
shite.
Instead of like, it's all right, you'll just be like, that was shite, mate.
That was fucking abysmal. The lessons of the stage are immediate and terrifying, right? You die in your ass at a comedy gig, the abuse I give you, that's nothing compared to the bullshit you'll get off an audience, right? There are some people who do things in an artistic way, and the reason why they're brilliant is because they're not preoccupied with effect. What that means is, very simply, is they're just giving a part of themselves. They're just out there and they're doing it, and it's raw and it's honest. Singing a song or writing a book or painting a picture or going up on a stand-up stage or doing whatever. You're just putting it out there. You're giving your audience a part of you. That's what art is. It's about giving a part of you away. Loads of people can play the piano. Loads of people can tell a joke in the boozer. But when you start doing it for money, it's a completely different level, right? And what a lot of people do, and this is why they don't get successful, when they're given the opportunity to perform as an artist, what they put out is what they want the world to see. And they're afraid to make themselves vulnerable. They're afraid to give that bit of themselves. And that's what denies them greatness. And that's a preoccupation with effect. They're preoccupied with the effect they want to have in people, and they want to control their own narrative. Past a certain point, you can't control that. You'll go on stage and whatever happens, happens. And you fucking might well die in your hole. And it might go badly. You might say the wrong thing, or the room might just be full of cunts. But you can't control any of that. You can only control your reaction and what you put out and give. And if you give a part of yourself, people will love you for it. A lot of people will hate you as well. You can't do anything about that. Forget it.
Because I think it was 10 years ago we had our proper conversation when I said, oh, well, I'll take you for lunch.
You took me for sushi one day and it cost you a fortune. Yes.
I took you to your sushi and I'm like, how many plates can this guy eat, man?
Oh, I love sushi, man.
I had more plates at the Royal Tea Party after you. And it was like, but that was probably, and then that's when you were like, oh, you've got to talk about this. And when I first started comedy, I never expected to be talking about like my mum taking her own life and my dad terminal cancer and me being a bastard in banking, and because I was ashamed of it. No, to be deaf.
This is, I remember when we did Gordon Ramsay's Karma Cafe, right? Now, you're very good at constructing material. You're good at a setup and a punchline. You're good at that. But this was the point. This is where I kind of gave you my 2 bobs worth. I says, people just naturally are nosy. People are really nosy. The reason people are watching this, right, their nose is bothering them. They want to find something out about you. That's true. I think people are like that. Fucking looking in windows, it's fucking there, then fucking looking at a motor. Let me sniff your ass and look up your hole. Right. And when you've done things that you're ashamed of, then that's cathartic. Look, the world's full of people who have done things they're ashamed of, who have not always acted the right way. You, me, our producer here, I mean, he's a cunt anyway. But the world's full of people who just have done things they're really ashamed of, done bad things. And you would really hope that you've learned from it. But the world's full of people who's done bad things and all they do, they've no learned from it. And they're still cunts. And you could line up loads of people who tell you, I'm a cunt. Fucking fine. Fucking tell it to the Sunday Post. Who cares? right? But the very best thing in life is if you can, you live your life and you'll make mistakes. And just by being present in life, you'll annoy some fucker. You can't do anything about that. But try and always be the very best one in the world. Try and be the best version of yourself. And at the end of your life, if you've lived in this world, have you left it a better place than you found it? That's the best you can hope for. Right? It's general. But by doing what we do and by saying to people when we're up on stage, we've done this, we've done that, made a rip-roaring cunt of ourselves, we've done this and that, next thing. People go, right, I thought it was just me. You're spreading that whole knowledge of, look, it's okay to make an arse of yourself. It's okay to fuck things up. And it's okay to make the wrong decision and even do a bad thing. But learn from it. You know, and you're spreading that. And if you've learned from it, then hopefully you're a better person. And the world is a better place for that knowledge being in it. And you know why we're doing it? We're ripping the piss out ourselves. We rip the piss out ourselves on stage. I make myself look like a massive fool. Sometimes I do a gig and I go, oh fuck, I should have said that. I can't believe I said that. You know? And I go, and the day after a gig I'll go, oh fuck. I hate that.
It's funny because I don't know who said it to me, but when I started out, and that's when I changed, instead of just, they said a comedian says funny things, but an artist takes things and makes it funny.
It was me that said it.
No,
I said, there's a stand-up and there's a comedian. And what I said was, stand-ups say funny things. Comedians say things funny. And there's a difference. And it's you are the delivery system. You encapsulate the essence of saying things funny. Not saying a funny thing, which is telling a joke, a setup and a punchline. It's you embody that whole idea. But it wasn't me that came up with that. It was Milton Berle, the American comedian who coined that phrase. I stole it off him. It wasn't me that said that, but it was me that said that to you.
Aye.
Because I met Jerry Sadovic's manager in the Citizens Theatre, and he said, are you a stand-up? And I said, no, I'm a comedian. He said, what's the difference? And I said, stand-ups say funny things. Comedians say things funny.
What did he say that?
He just looked at me as if I was fucking mad. He just thought I was a dick. Right. I said, I don't know anything. Everything I've got, everything everybody's got's all second hand. You then, was it George Bernard Shaw who said, originality is just the ability to hide your sources. So, I'm not an original thinker, I'm a fuckwit.
So you mentioned your favourite sort of sketch was the one about the madness. What's been your highlight of the podcast in the last 1.5 years specifically, would you say, out of the live shows or the studio? Or
I don't know.
We'll take a break and come back now.
Fuck knows.
You don't know?
What's your highlight?
I think the highlight was probably the first ever live show we done at Blackfriars, because it was a wee bit sort of sketchy. I didn't think I'd really come out my shell, but I felt as if that was a moment we had something. The audience were reacting, they were enjoying it, and I guess you just never knew how it was going to go. And then the Fringe obviously sold out last year. And then it's quite nice as well that we're actually ending this as a decision together with no fucking... It's not just all of a sudden an episode's just no appeared and we're scrapping with each other.
Where's this week's podcast series? Two cunts have fell out.
They fell out. Yeah.
See, I live in the moment, right? I mean, I kind of pretty much... You know how I kind of look at life? I just see it as work for me. It's all part of that journey. And we do things and you maybe don't know how it's going to turn out, or you think you've got an idea and it doesn't. So I just do things that suit me. I've got an amazing life. I mean, I've got a great life. I get paid for having a laugh. No off this.
So what's it? What would you say? Like, obviously, this is the final episode of the Glesga podcast. Obviously, you can come and see us in Edinburgh for a final time. But what would you say now, Raymond Mearns? What do you want to do after this?
Just going to keep doing my thing. I'm not going to do anything. I mean,
what have you got coming up?
Just my gigs, just doing gigs. So the good thing is, I mean, we've both kind of got nice opportunities to kind of work in front of full rooms and to sell our own tickets for the gigs as well, and just making a decent living. I'm just going to carry on. I think for me, the focus for me is I'm doing the West Highland Way after the Fringe for Catherine McEwen Foundation, which is a Crohn's and colitis charity. And I also book their gigs when they do comedy cronies. And I'd probably, at my time of life, I'm going to be 58 this year. And it's been in my mind and my spirit that I really need to look after myself better. So I really, 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 really want, but I don't have any discipline. I really would like to lose some weight and eat better and do more of the good stuff and less of the fucking madness. I'm a jakey, you know that, right? You know, I'm a jakey. I'm a lazy, undisciplined jakey, and I'd like to be more disciplined, and because I'm always saying to pals of mine, you just get up the fags and you should be more active. I'm a hypocrite.
So we're going to see a Raymond Mearns yoga podcaster YouTube channel.
Well, you know I go to yoga classes. You know that, don't you? I mean, I'm fucking
yoga.
I go. I enjoy going to the yoga classes, and even some mornings I wake up and I've get really bad inflammation because I eat a lot of shite and I drink too much sometimes. And I'll go to the yoga class and my knees fucked and my ankles fucked with gout, and I've got to do the downward dog. It's fucking excruciating pain. But that's on me. I've created that. That's my life. Nobody's responsible for that. I'm responsible. So I own it. You know, before anybody says, "Oh, you're fucking," I know. I'd like to get better. I've the last 2 weeks I've walked up Connick Hill in Loch Lomond, and the reason why is because, well, I said this on my socials. He says, "Oh, we're walking up Connick Hill next Saturday." So I went on Saturday, we went the next Saturday. So I went there myself and I fucking walked up it, but it's hard going. It's 1,500 feet and it's like that.
Did they turn up this time?
Well, the second time there was 50 years.
Wow.
For the Catherine McEwen Foundation.
That's good.
50 is all wearing these T-shirts. It was called Katie's Climb. So when we all went up, and we kids at 6, I can run it up. And I'm like, I paced myself the second time, and I've actually found it a lot easier than the first week.
Because it's hard to pick a charity, isn't it, to work with, because you get so many
loads
of folk asking.
I'm sticking with the Catherine McEwen Foundation. I like what I'm doing for them. And I also, a charity called Full On, which is a mental health charity based out in Lanarkshire, which tries to improve mental health outcomes and wellness outcomes through artistic engagement. And I do comedy workshops and stuff for Full On. And we're doing a show in the last week at the Fringe called the Full On Comedy Crew. So, so I feel so I've been dead selfish all my life. I've never really done anything, I think for other people. So I got to do this. I got to do the cronies thing, and I got to do the Full On thing, because I'm just fucking. It's all about me, and that's changed. That's been a big change in my life. There's no ego anymore. The ego's died.
Because you're hanging about with me too long.
Right, you've definitely got an ego, and you need your ego. It's a defence mechanism, a protective measure. And don't take this the wrong way, right? It's when you see
I know what's coming. Now.
When you see it in other people, you go, When you see ego, and you go, it's not very attractive, and it makes you make decisions, the wrong decisions, instead of making the right decisions. And I used to be the same.
Ego is in...
No, I used to be the same, but you're making decisions based in ego, in terms of, instead of what you really need. What you really need. And that's been the difference. But you're only 40 odds. I'm in my late 50s. So it's not, you'll get there. Everybody gets there. You hope.
Yeah.
And then you kind of go, fuck, I get it now. I get it. Some people might never get there.
I think 99.9% of folk don't get there.
It's a philosophical conundrum, right? But it's, you've got to ask yourself the question, and it's a difficult question to answer. What do you really, really, really want? And you realise that all the decisions you're taking and making in your life are actually making you less happy rather than being more happy and contented. But you'll get there. But everybody's on that journey. But it's once you kind of get into that mode of going, what's really important? And what's no important at all is how anybody else sees you. That's no important at all. It's how you feel about yourself. Now, unless you're fucking mental, unless you're just a horrible cunt, and you don't know. See, this is the thing. It's no obvious, right? If you're a horrible cunt and you're a stupid cunt, you don't know that. You don't actually know you're a horrible cunt and a stupid cunt. But everybody else knows it. Right? And I've been a horrible cunt and a stupid cunt. Right? It's only when you can really see yourself do you go, for fuck's sake. You realise that you're propelling yourself through your life purely driven by ego or piss and vinegar. And people go, he's just a fucking arsehole. He's an arsehole. And this is the curious thing. What anybody else thinks about you doesn't matter. But if you can see yourself being in that position, being that's when it comes home to you. But it's not everybody gets to see themselves they truly are. And I realised I was, fucking what an arsehole. And you're sitting there going, looking at me and going, you're still an arsehole. But you would hope you get... I'm making a point. I mean, that makes sense.
Aye.
Am I making sense?
It's a sad day when people, I guess, go through life knowing that they're an arsehole. Do you not think so? Like, if you don't know you're an arsehole, that's a big problem. And if you're no...
Here's... I know.
But there's loads of the folk
We're all arseholes. We're arseholes.
No, we've all got faults. We're not
We're
all
arseholes.
No.
We're all arseholes.
I think you're talking...
Except you're an arsehole. Right. My show in the 2007 Fringe was called Recovering Arsehole.
Right.
I'm an arsehole in recovery. It's absolutely impossible to not be judged by somebody out there who'd go, he's an arsehole. It's impossible. The best you can do, I think, the best I can do is try and limit the effects of my rampant arseholery. and it doesn't just try and be Bill and Ted, be excellent to each other. Just try and be cool. It's hard. It's hard because people think, what's wrong with him? You're happy in your own wee space. You don't feel a need to talk about this or that. Well, if somebody asks you a question, fine. Sail your own boat, just do your own thing. That's real freedom, that's real. And then some arsehole will come along and tip you out the boat. Well, that's what happens. Because the world keeps turning. And somebody will fuck your life up. Somebody will come along, maybe somebody that runs a comedy club. Maybe your accountant will fucking rob you. Maybe your wife will leave you. Maybe, I don't know, fucking somebody will break into your house or steal your motor.
Are you planning something?
I know, it's life.
Aye.
Just deal with it.
And how you react to it.
It's how you react to it. Why me? Why no you? It's life. Do you think some poor punter in Ukraine's gone, you think you get your motor stole? They think they're going, oh, he would love to have his motor stole instead of get his house bombed by the Russians. There's people get a terrible time here. In the world, we don't realise how lucky we are to have the life we've got. It's incredible. So that's what I never realised for a long, long time. I never realised how absolutely blessed and fortunate I am. I was always going, who's that cunt get that? Who's he get that? Who's he fucking... Who did he get that? Yeah, mate, because he worked for it. He would do it and got it. He would do it and he worked for it.
Every comedian does that though when Live at the Apollo lineups come out. How do you get that? How do you get that? Then you realise at a stage you don't need that. You can go and do your own thing and get more
100%.
people along.
100%.
Out with the Fringe, of course, which is our final farewell. This is our final ever studio episode.
This is the end.
This is the end of
This
Glesga
is the end. Do, 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 do. The end, my friend. The end. Do, do. Will we get sued for that? I've changed the words. I don't know.
But I think it's fair to say thank you to everyone over the last couple of years and the live shows and whoever's bought tickets for the Fringe and whoever's tuned into this. Thank you for all your views and your comments, positive or negative, always helps the algorithm. But on a serious note, we hope that you follow Raymond and I.
Aye, I mean, we're still going to be here, doing our gigs and...
Everyone knows, both of us, you can register for our mailing lists and you'll be kept up to date in whatever we're working on.
The good thing with me, I'm the only guy called me. There's nobody else called Raymond Mearns. Well, there is actually. There's a champion bowler from Keith.
Right.
Up in Keith in the Highlands in Morrisshire called Raymond Mearns.
Right.
So, but I'm always gigging somewhere. So come and see me. And come up and say hello. And, or if you do want to say hello, leave a nasty comment. Do what you want. It shows you're engaged.
And same with me, come up and say hello. All my gigs are online, but...
Well, you tend to leave after your gigs. You tend to fuck off.
I am very
well,
social.
You know what? Because recently I've been at the end of my gigs. I've been collecting for the charity. So I shake everybody's horn on the door out and put a pound in the bucket. And I say thanks for coming. And it's weird.
See, I call that a meet and greet. It's £50 extra.
right. Well, I'm collecting for charity, so
I'm joking.
Fair enough.
It's £30.
Aye. Are you doing meet and greets?
So I was convinced with Live Nation to do meet and greets for the tour, which
right. How does that work then?
So basically they said, well, we put on 50 meet and greets for the Armadillo in Glasgow, which is my final show on the 28th of February. And they went instantly. So they put another 100 on.
Surely?
And they went. I think they're an extra £30 on top of your ticket.
How much is your tickets?
£30.
60 quid. You Barry Manilow, you fucking ball bag. Fucking ball bag.
But I think it's something they wanted to try.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but we meet and greet.
I mean, what are you going to say to them? I mean, what's going to happen?
I think people. Well, if you know me, I'm socially awkward, so I don't normally stay for photos at the end. But with this, I think they get a photo. We can have a wee chat, and then they can ask me, I guess, what they want. But it's 150 people. That's quite a lot of folk to get through. But they've done it in Edinburgh, and Edinburgh's gone as well.
150 people. So you're going to be an hour and a half after the gig.
That's an hour and a half exactly, apparently. So they have stewards.
So that's a minute each.
Aye, so they have stewards there. I've never lasted a minute in my life. Certainly not for £60.
Fuck's sake, man.
But-
well, maybe I'll get famous enough to do that.
Aye. You meet you in the Tesco at Tollcross.
Fuck you.
He'll whack you up
There's
for
no
a
a
fiver.
Tesco at Tollcross. There's a co-op. The Tesco's in Shettleston. Come up and say hello. It doesn't cost you nothing.
So, I know we normally say at the end, keep spreading the word and tell your friends. However, keep spreading the word. Come and see us. Come and say hello. And it's no the end of our own careers, but Glesga Da is officially gone. And if you enjoyed us, come and see us individually. And if you didn't,
Fuck off.